Well, I want to share some workplace tips for people in the metaphysical realm and otherwise. It could be for whoever is so inclined to listen and heed. Well, I've had some workplace friction in my days in what jobs I was assigned to accomplish. And I want to share, first of all, there's some people putting posts in the groups that I'm a member of asking about spells to deal with supervisors and to deal with co-workers that are toxic and issues of attitudes that are unpleasant to be in the environment with, engaging on a regular basis in their career places and so forth. Well, one person put a post in the group and it indicated what kind of spell could be done to keep from being written up on the job. And I don't know the particulars, and I'm not in a place to judge anyone because I don't know what occurred. But I will say this, sometimes it's not a matter of doing spells to deal with not being written up. Sometimes it's a matter of, this is to whom it concerns. If it doesn't concern you, then of course it doesn't apply. But I'm sure this applies to somebody. There are instances where people are slacking off on their jobs, showing up late on the regular, absent more than reasonable, not caring sufficiently about doing the best job that they possibly can for the salary that they bring in. And so I want to say sometimes it's not about a spell, it's about self-evaluation, amending your ways, and complying with the reasonable policies and procedures that exist in your workplace environments. Okay, and I also want to share that there is no amount of money that you should be gaining that puts you in a position where you believe you have to let anyone own your soul, your spirit, or your mind. If you're doing your job the best you know how and letting your skills speak for themselves, your expertise, then you're breaking even. They're getting the service and you're getting a salary. And they ain't doing you no favors. I had a situation in the workplace one time where a new manager came on board and she recognized my excellent work ethic and I was getting citizen commendations and so forth. So she decided to nominate me for an award for excellent customer service. And I got presented that award by the mayor. My photograph was in the brochure and so forth. And I believe she thought that since she had done that, that I owed her ownership of my soul and my spirit and my mind. But she was sadly mistaken. That notion was sure enough off base, as I let her know, first in subtle ways and then in more glaring ways. So I let her know pretty much that you ain't doing me no damn favors. I'm here to do a job, which I'm doing very well, as evidenced by the award that I got, and you didn't do me no favors by getting that for me because I earned it. And so we are breaking even up in this bitch, okay? I didn't tell her those words, but that was my attitude. Anyhow, one day after that happened, her and our relationship, I should say, declined gradually. So one day I was sitting in my chair talking to a customer on the phone. I had my headphone on, working the computer, doing a call, and she decided to come to my desk and disrespect me. And I'm not going to get into what she did because that's not really as relevant as what I want to share subsequently. Anyhow, there was another guy in the office who didn't get along with her either because he wasn't giving up his sole ownership either. And so he saw what transpired, so he saw me get up from my desk and head to her office. And he said, "Handle your business, sister." And that I did. So I went to her office. I didn't go ghetto fabulous or anything, with my hands on my hips, with the head, rocking it, or any type of demeanor in that regard. But I did clearly let her know that I wasn't going to tolerate being disrespected. And she yelled at me and told me she was playing. And I told her it wasn't funny. If I had did it to her, she wouldn't have found it funny. So, after that, our relationship declined even further. But my dignity was intact because I wasn't selling my soul to her ass. I know that anybody else's. I wasn't raised that way. It ain't in my composition. And it ain't going to stop at this stage in life. You best believe that. Anyhow, I had another situation where I was working another job. And it was a small company, about 7 employees, and the president, the vice president. The president was a woman, and the vice president was a man. And he was one of those real happy-go-lucky type of guys. He always had a joke. He was skilled, but he was also a lot of fun. And he and I got pretty chummy. And the vice president got jealous, and one day she came to my desk and told me that the vice president was talking about me behind my back. So I calmly looked at her and smiled. I said, "You're talking about me behind my back too, and it doesn't take anything away from me as a person." And she looked at me stunned. She was speechless after that. And she just walked away. What the fuck could she say? Woo! And another day, and actually on that job I did very well as I did in other jobs I've worked. I never had an issue with my work ethic, which was always excellent on the regular, but the issues that some folks had with me in the managerial roles was that they couldn't own my spirit, my soul, and my mind. And some of them just earnestly wanted to do so. And that wasn't happening. So any problems I had in the workplace had to do with that. Anyhow, so one day the same president came to me. By the way, they had rewarded me and sent me to San Diego on a trip with the vice president because they were pleased with my work and how I had conducted myself with some office visitors, and so I was very pleased and delighted to have that reward presented. So I, respected that they recognized that I was a worker who cared and showed it and got rewarded accordingly. Anyhow, so she came to me one day and she said, "If you leave us, are you going to give us 2 weeks' notice?" I looked at her and smiled and said, "If you fire me, are you going to give me 2 weeks' notice?" And she looked at me with utter surprise. I know she had never been asked that question. She didn't answer my question. And I gave her no further answers, but we understood each other. It was plain in the air what the fuck my answer was. No need to further expand. Or expound, I should say. We both got each other's messages. Woo! Okay, so I'm just sharing some of those tips to let you all know that you don't have to sell yourselves to work for folks. And also, please consider having side businesses as entrepreneurs to supplement your income. So, I just wanted to let you know that it is wise also when it comes to money management. I see people asking how to do money jar spells, and I think that's fine and dandy. I believe in doing them as well. However, I also believe that some people need more than honey jar spells. They need some discipline in being about money management. Better managing how you expend. And I have a 3-fold method that I believe in. Saving a third, spending a third, and giving away a third. And I also have a motto that I made up. If we're not giving, we're not living. So, if you're out there spending willy-nilly, being shopaholics, and doing some financial adventures that need some restraint, consider that. So I just wanted to share those tips. Hopefully it will help somebody's. Thank y'all for listening. Bye now.